Humanity. Do you know what's going on? Do you realize the danger that you are in? Time and time, we tell you that you are being set up, one incident after another. They're trying to start a race war. What is a race war? A race war is a human war. There's only one race, and that's the human race. So when you talk about racism, you're talking about humanity. You're fighting against yourselves. Now, there are many nations, but there is one race, and that one race is the human race. You can't live together because you're different nations. You're different skin tones. Are you really understanding the agenda that's being set upon you? What they are trying to do, and when I say they, the enemy of humanity, what the enemies of humanity is trying to do is get you to fight each other, to kill each other, so that they can bring in the tanks, the bombs, martial law, and put you all in slave. This enemy of humanity is trying to enslave humanity, and you're falling for the trap. Just recently, we had an incident of a man driving through a crowd, running people over because one group doesn't agree with the other, and they're trying to orchestrate a race war off of that. A race war orchestrated off of hate. You have one group protesting about a statue that they don't want being tore down. Now understand, both sides look real crazy right now. On one side, you have this group that's protesting about a statue that they want up of a man, General Lee, who has fought in the Civil War for the Confederacy. The Confederate was used to fight against those who are trying to abolish slavery. They wanted to keep slavery. So you're fighting for a statue of a man that wanted to keep slavery. Slavery which was wicked, unjust, and unrighteous. In slavery, those slaves was mistreated. They were beaten, hung, killed. And you're justifying murder? You're justifying the lower self? You're justifying the fact that this unjust is against other human beings. Though they are different nations, they are still human beings. And you're fighting for a statue in the honor of a man who fought for this unjust act of slavery. Now, on the other hand, you have another group that wants to protest against the ones that's protesting for the statue being torn down. They want to say, tear it down. And the other group is saying, keep it up. So the group that wants it tore down, they come down in the middle of their protests and protest, let's tear it down. So now you have two groups fighting over a statue which is not even a human. Understand the orchestrated. Understand the agenda behind this. Both groups is fighting over a statue that has no breath of life in it. One group wants to fight for this statue to stay up. Now that's wrong. But the other group wants to fight because they want to fight for the statue up. So they want to say, let's tear it down. That, let them do it. Let those that are righteous be righteous, and let those that are unrighteous be unrighteous. Why would I go down and stop somebody because they want to hate? If you want to hate, go right on ahead. You have free will. Then you go right on ahead and hate. You go right on ahead and protest, because the Most High sees the unjust. You don't have to go down and march and say, why are you doing this? Why are you standing up for a statue that represents an unjust act of slavery? You don't have to say nothing. Let the Most High deal with that. He sees what's going on. But see, this is the whole thing. It isn't about one group wanting the statue up and the other group wanting it down. The whole thing is about you two coming together and fighting each other so that they can bring in the tanks, the bombs, and enslave both of you. You think that they're for one of you and they're against both of you. They're trying to kill off humanity. It's called population control, and you're falling in the trap because you're not paying attention. If they want to tear it down, let them tear it down. If they want to keep it up, let them keep it up. But they can't do anything to you unless you come out of divine order. You are out of order. You are fighting each other over a statue. Understand what's going on. Humanity, you have to get this together, and you have to learn to love instead of hate. You have to turn away from racism. Racism, which does not exist, because there's only one race, and that's the human race. So if you're having a race war, it's a war against yourself. You're committing suicide, humanity. That's what this is all about. To kill you off. Now what you're gonna do, it's up to you. Are you gonna fall for this agenda and keep fighting each other? You're gonna keep these groups up, these hate groups. You're gonna keep running, this the KKK, this is Black Lives Matter. You're being used like a bunch of gangbangers, angry with each other and going in a gang war. Most of the old gangs are coming together. They're waking up realizing like, hey, this is stupid. Let's come together. They're coming together, and what the enemy of humanity is doing is orchestrating a new gang to still get you to fight each other. Y'all need to stop all this organization stuff and just come together as humanity. Stop all this separation. Stop all the feminist movement and this masculine movement and this hate group and that hate group and this group. Just come together, humanity, or you're going to be finding yourselves in destruction. Before you destroy what the Most High has created, you will destroy yourselves. Understand. Now what you're going to do. Time is running out. Time is running out. The kingdom of heaven is near. You better keep your eyes open. Because once nature attack, if you're in the way, you will be destroyed. Learn to love instead of hate. And learn to master the matrix world of illusion.